What's up, YouTube? 2020 Tantra on Amazon. Info in the description. I'm also on Instagram. Check me out. Also on the Facebook. So, how could you ever win, lose, or cheat in general if everything is you? So that's the truest state, oneness. So how could you ever really cheat? So let's get down to it. Cheaters, they're cheating to get caught in general. They're not paying attention to themselves. So they brought themselves into a state of two-ness ignorantly or unconsciously. So they don't really want to be there. So they act out. They have a temperature tantrum. That's what it is, loss of pH. They're not in oneness. They're not in homeostasis. So they go into two-ness ignorantly. So they're not paying attention to themselves. So now they're trying to make you outwardly pay attention to them. So if they go ahead and do things like cheat, it's a temper tantrum. It's like, cheating. They treat you bad, whatever. They cheat so that you pay attention to them, so that you can set them free for them, so that you can say, hey, you're a cheater, you're this, you're that. We shouldn't be in this. Then they can, you can control their destiny for them instead of them setting you both free. They waste both of the time. So, everybody's wasting each other's time in a sense, however you want to look at it. Everybody's holding each other up. Again, the ego of the empath is somebody that feels like they can keep giving to something and that it's going to change, that they can, continually just nurture it into changing instead of just seeing things as they are. So that's the ego of the nurturer, ultimately, is the feeling like that they have the ability to change things. And then as a result, they become changed. So, or compromised, however you want to look at it. So people cheat so that they can get that attention from you. So they're acting out to get that attention. Then when you don't realize that they've cheated, they do more temper tantrums. They cheat more. They treat you worse because they want to get out of the situation. So they keep keep doing things outwardly instead of handling things within them because of fear. They're really good actors and actresses to themselves. So it's the fear inside them that continues the supposed self-sabotage of the circumstance, which really is the self-success, because they're pretty much just putting the ball in your court to free them or free both of the people, to liberate everybody, however you want to look at it. So that's what cheating is. It's a temper tantrum. You want the attention. Then if they continually don't pay attention and they stay not paying attention, then you just cheat more and cheat more and cheat more, and then you constantly, act out until they finally realize. And then if they never realize, then you eventually just telling yourself, because the guilt gets so heavy, because they're going to continually give to you from an unconscious place. Then you're going to hate yourself because, like, why am I with somebody that's this dumb? They can be cheated on. Like, what kind of person am I if I'm with somebody that's this dumb? I hate myself for being with someone that's dumb, manipulating them, and receiving and accepting this, what I know I shouldn't be receiving. So I have to tell them myself. So the guilt just gets heavier and heavier, and then you just keep cheating until it's obvious, or you eventually just tell them, and then everything is, out there in the reality. The darkness is brought to the light, and then at that point, then you make a decision. If then it's clarity. You can see if you want to stay or not. Because some people, you get the clarity there, and then I guess you could probably do grow closer, if the truth still matches, and then it was just a temper tantrum. That would just take a whole nother level of selflessness and getting beyond that. But that's why a person cheats, is because they feel like they're missing something already to begin with. They feel like they're missing something. They feel like they don't have enough here. So they brought another person to fill up that space. Then that person doesn't have enough. So there's even more lack, because the space is now filled, but the dissatisfaction is still there. So then now they have to cheat on themselves and others. So it's just lying to themselves and others. And then, so that's what cheating is. So, it's just, that's really all it is. You have to treat the person bad. You can't accept. If they can't truly find out that you've been cheating, you have to tell yourself. Because everything in the darkness has to come to the light. There's no way. There's no way to stop the beach ball from coming. You push it underwater, the air has to rise above the water. It's lighter than the water every day of the week, no matter what. So it has to happen. So, yeah. The guilt makes you tell them. The guilt, brings you to that point where, you just have to set yourself free and them as a result. So that's what cheating is about. 2020 Tantra on Amazon. Info in the description.